Picture this: Kansas City, January 17, 1981. The Hyatt Regency Hotel is alive, the atrium buzzing with the energy of a packed dance competition. People are laughing, music is playing, and everything feels perfect. But in an instant, that joy turns to terror. A loud crack echoes through the space, followed by another. Two massive, suspended walkways, one above the other, plummet from the ceiling, crashing down onto the crowded floor below. The scene is one of unimaginable devastation. In a matter of seconds, one of the deadliest structural failures in American history has occurred, leaving a permanent scar on the nation's heart. In the chaotic aftermath, questions and fear swirled. How could this happen? Who was to blame? As the rubble was cleared, the search for answers began. There was immense pressure from all sides: the hotel, the builders, the public. Many worried that the truth might get buried under a mountain of lawsuits and corporate finger-pointing, but a team of dedicated professionals was assembled, tasked with a mission of absolute importance: to find out exactly what went wrong. Among them was a structural engineer named Daniel M. Duncan. He and his colleagues understood the weight on their shoulders. This wasn't just about assigning blame. It was about preventing such a tragedy from ever happening again. The investigative team faced a monumental task. They had to sift through blueprints, analyze twisted steel, and reconstruct the event piece by piece. The pressure to soften their findings or point fingers in a convenient direction was intense. A single misstep could undermine the entire investigation. But these engineers were driven by something more powerful than pressure: a commitment to the truth. They refused to bend. They methodically and painstakingly analyzed every single component of the failed structure. They didn't just look at the final design. They traced its evolution from the initial concept to the final construction. What they uncovered was a subtle but fatal design change. The original plan called for single, long hanger rods to support the walkways from the ceiling. However, during construction, this was altered to a two-rod system. This seemingly minor change had a catastrophic consequence. It effectively doubled the load on the connections holding up the upper walkway. The nuts supporting the entire structure were now under twice the stress they were ever designed to handle. It was a ticking time bomb. And on that tragic night, time ran out. The upper walkway's connection failed, causing it to fall onto the walkway below it, and together, they crashed into the lobby. Armed with this undeniable evidence, the engineers prepared their report. They didn't shy away from the hard truth. Their findings were clear, detailed, and uncompromised. They laid out the precise chain of events, from the design flaw to the final collapse, with scientific certainty. Their report sent shockwaves through the entire engineering and construction industry. It wasn't just a document, it was a demand for change, and change did come. Because of the courage and integrity of that investigative team, the entire system was overhauled. Engineering review standards were dramatically strengthened across the United States. The concept of peer review, where an independent engineer checks the work of another, became standard practice. Sometimes, heroism doesn't involve a cape or a dramatic rescue from a burning building. Sometimes, it's quieter. It's the unwavering commitment to truth in the face of immense pressure. It's the meticulous work done in an office or a lab that saves lives you'll never even know were in danger. The engineers who investigated the Hyatt Regency collapse were those kinds of heroes. Their work ensured that countless future buildings, stadiums, malls, airports were built to a higher, safer standard. Their honesty protected millions of people who would walk through those structures without a second thought. One tragedy, one relentless investigation, and one unbreakable commitment to the truth helped build a safer future for us all. Thank you for watching. If you found this story as powerful as I did, consider subscribing for more stories of quiet courage that changed the world.